Alright, before we get started, this is kind of becoming a Mandalorian tradition. I want to thank the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by Vincero. Vincero watches, or timepieces, as I like to call them, offer a stylish and modern look and feel without breaking your bank. Vincero's flipping the script. Hawk style when it comes to style and affordability. They have a quality build and feel to them, so you feel sharp as well as look sharp. Like, what's the point of dressing sharp if you don't feel it? That's my motto. And what I know for certain is a good timepiece is that accents among your attire that just makes all the difference. And once again, with the season of giving being upon us, Santa John's has come through. Now through December 2nd, they're having their Black Friday, Cyber Monday week sale. Click the link in the description, save up to 25% off your order as well as free shipping. Watches, wallets, sunglasses, all of it. The discount's applied automatically upon checkout as long as you click my link in the description because that is my link. It is special. But remember, this deal is only going on now through December 2nd, so there is a limited time. So click the link below, get your stylish timepiece on. And thank you once again to Vincero for sponsoring this video. I do appreciate it. All right, now, what? Not gonna lie, it's a really good episode. An episode that starts right out, too. I mean, spoiler alert for this episode, because I have to talk about spoilers. I'm gonna talk about the episode. But yeah, the episode was called The Jedi. Dave Filoni directed the episode, so people are like, Ahsoka's gonna be in this one. Also, he's looking for Ahsoka, so there's a clue. But I thought we were gonna have to wait halfway through this episode. It was like, oh, no Ahsoka. Halfway through, now here's Ahsoka. No, those two lightsabers pop out, just, and there's a fight, and she's just slaughtering this army. And there's this town run by a couple of douchebags that torture people, and Michael Biehn, surprised to see him wearing Clone Wars-esque armor. You look at the armor he's wearing, it was very Anakin early Clone Wars. And this is the classic story of Mando's looking for Ahsoka. This town wants to hire someone to kill Ahsoka. So they're like, hey, you want to go kill her? He's like, I will go find her. Sure. He's very careful with his wording. He never actually promised to kill her. Something you notice, you're like, oh, he's doing that thing. Where it's like, well, technically I didn't say so. Point is, he finds Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's like, oh, hey, it's a baby Yoda. I mean, I knew one like him, and his name was Yoda, and just like him. Which really shows the power of wording. I mean, Jedi, they've been referenced, yes. It's that thread of like, oh, this isn't a reference, this is a direct like, hey, I knew one like him, and his name was Yoda. I always look for moments like that, moments that are the difference between a reference and a full-on naming a named character. And we get a lot of backstory with Baby Yoda, whose name isn't Baby Yoda, it's like Goku or something. Grogu. I'm gonna call him Goku. Or just Baby Yoda. What can I say? Old habits die hard and all that. He has a name now, and there's a whole backstory with him, and he was this young Jedi in the Jedi Order, and then the Jedi Order fell, and he was hidden away. Because Yoda was like, hey, that's mine and Yodel's child. You know it. So he's been hiding his powers, which is funny, because he played those Force powers a bit fast and loose around Mando, but it does illustrate that he does feel comfortable around Mando. So yeah, we get his name, we get his backstory, we kind of get the whole thing, which I like a little bit of mystery with Baby Yoda. I've liked being able to be like, oh, who is he? Where does he come from? And well, now we know. So it gave us answers, but it did take away from a little bit of that, but it does look like they're expanding this universe a lot more. I'll get into it. Point is, she's like, he's very afraid, which you get is he knows that the Jedi were slaughtered for being Jedi. So yeah, he's like, I'm kind of freaked out. I don't want to show my powers. Which it does illustrate he's aware of what Mando says to him, and he knows what he's saying, and he's older than he looks. To us, he's Baby Yoda, and he's really more like, well, he's young Yoda, but he understands things. He understands what Mando says. He understands that that lady's eggs were all she had. I make jokes. I really don't give a shit. It's just fun to joke about. I say that because there were people who genuinely gave a shit. But yeah, with that fear, Ahsoka's like, no, I can't train him. And Mando's like, why? And she's like, I've seen what fear does to a fully trained Jedi, to the best of us. And you feel that line. That line is a powerful thing. And it's directly, that's what Clone Wars did for me. The best thing that happened to the Star Wars prequels for me was the Clone Wars animation. Because it really fleshed it out. And you feel like, oh yeah, Anakin Skywalker, he is the greatest. And he still fell to the dark side. So yeah, she's like, I can't train him because Darth Vader and shit, where have you been? Yeah, Mando, did you ever know about that really powerful right hand of the Emperor that was, yeah, you heard the stories, right? Yeah, that was my master. That would have been a conversation. So she's like, look, I'm not going to train him. Plus, you're like a father figure to him anyway, so he should just stay with you, which I figured was going to happen. I mean, the whole implication was that he's going to drop this kid off with the Jedi, which still might happen, but the Mandalorian is the dynamic between Baby Yoda, Goku, and Mando. Like, that dynamic is the show. If Baby Yoda goes away, it's really not the show anymore. But they go back to the town to liberate the town, square off against the douchebags who have the town under their boot heel, which is Ahsoka going against the lady with the spear. That spear made out of the same metal as Mando's armor, which deflects lightsabers. And Mando having this very Western good, the bad, the ugly kind of standoff against Michael Biehn's character. And he just takes it in the chest. He's done. And it's, yeah, Ahsoka versus this lady, which, I mean, it looks like, I mean, she has a spear and it's 2 lightsabers, so it looks like, it's like, oh, this might be like Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. It's not like that. But very compelling thing happens. Ahsoka gets it. She's like, where's your boss? And you're thinking, yeah, where's Moff Gideon? Where's Grand Admiral Thrawn? What? That's unexpected. And she tells Mando, like, look, take Baby Yoda, go to this place and put him on this altar and he'll send, I don't know, force psychic shockwaves out there and possibly sense or call other Jedi. There aren't many Jedi left out there, but I guess there are Jedi, which I've thought of ever since, you know, there's Ahsoka and Cal. I'm like, well, Cal might still be out there. Ahsoka, now we know, is out there. Yoda really got it wrong on that one, didn't he?
You, when gone am I, the last of the Jedi will you be?
What he really meant was,
In terms of this story, not the last Jedi. There are more out there. But it has nothing to do with you because it's the extended universe.
so yeah, there are others out there. Just sat the fight out, I guess, with the Empire. The other Jedi are just hiding out in their hookah bar like, yeah, well, you know, we've done our bit for king and country. So it looks like Ahsoka Tano's on the hunt for Grand Admiral Thrawn. They're saying it is possible that the Batch of Cumber could play Grand Admiral Thrawn. I just thought that was never happening ever. Which really shows the show Mandalorian for what it is. It really is this experiment, this litmus test, this possible springboard into bringing more live-action Star Wars shows, but they wanted to see how Mandalorian was received. Possibly more, don't know, but it looks like an Ahsoka live-action spin-off definitely might be in the cards. Plus, let's be real, Ahsoka's worth her own series, you know, like she should have her own series. And that's the thing I was really looking at in this episode, is like, how did they do Ahsoka? How was Ahsoka represented? And I think Ahsoka, they did it really well. I mean, Dave Filoni, I guess, directed this episode. That helps, but you know, it's in the back of your mind. You're like, I hope they do Ahsoka well. We'll see how it goes. She's a great character, and I thought Rosario Dawson did a good job bringing her to life. It's the first live-action Ahsoka that we've gotten, which means Ahsoka and Luke, they're around doing Jedi-ish things at the same time, and they could cross paths. Not gonna lie, the common denominator being Disney between Lucasfilm and the MCU, I wouldn't hate seeing Sebastian Stan playing live-action young Luke Skywalker who crosses paths with Ahsoka Tano. And that could just be a fan moment, like, oh, that'd be cool, but it might not happen, and maybe it's just wishful thinking. But in terms of the connecting the dots, you don't have to connect too many dots for that to be a logical thing. The Empire's fallen, Luke's gonna start building his Jedi training academy. That, I imagine, would get Ahsoka's attention. The name Skywalker on that thing definitely will. She'll be like, Luke who now? I gotta meet him. Like, what would she do? Be like, Skywalker, huh? Well, that is a little out of the way. I'm going this way, and, you know, well, what can you say, man? Time is money, so let's not waste both. I imagine she would make time to be like, I'm gonna pop my head in there and see what that is, see what's going on. Also, for Luke Skywalker, I think that could be a good moment because he never really knew his parents. I mean, the fact that Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost was seen at the end of Return of the Jedi, the implication is, well, Anakin could have come to Luke. But in the sequel trilogy, we never really got the impression that that ever happened, but fan fiction, what can you say? But in Return of the Jedi, you feel the hurt in Luke's voice. He never knew his mother.
I have no memory of my mother.
Never knew his mother and never really got time with his father, but now there's this Jedi out there who knew both very well. So I don't crave an adventure. I don't need it to be exciting. I just think that would be good for Luke to have Ahsoka come to him, sit down, and she could be like, here's what your parents were like. I knew them very well, and they were awesome people. She's really the link to Luke's past that I think Luke deserves and has probably been searching for a while. I mean, the original trilogy, every time someone mentioned his father, or maybe, oh, someone knew his father, he perked up. He was like, oh, they knew my father? I told you to forget it. Oh, okay, I guess I'll stop asking questions about my past. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if Ahsoka knows that Anakin died good. She might be carrying the false reality on her shoulders that her mentor, her master, became a monster and just blew up in the Death Star and died a monster. So she meets up with Luke. Luke could also be like, thanks for telling me about my dad. Also, he turned good and restored balance. He died the Jedi you knew. So that could be good for both of them. And there are so many reasons to have Luke and Ahsoka meet up in a world, in a universe where they're alive and doing things at the same time. I think they could both really benefit from a conversation with each other, but we'll see. Might just be wishful thinking. But yeah, all in all, I thought this was a really good episode. I thought Rosario Dawson was great as Ahsoka. It was great to see Ahsoka, and it was great to see Ahsoka done well. An important thing is you feel the past. She doesn't feel like a different character. You do feel like this is the live action version, the same character as the animated Ahsoka. It's all the same character. Sometimes that happens. That's why I bring it up. Where it's like, oh, you have the animated version and the live action version, but they don't feel the same. I thought they did a good job at making Ahsoka feel like Ahsoka. All right, so The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5, titled The Jedi. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Did you like seeing Ahsoka? Do you think they did Ahsoka justice? Did you like seeing Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka? All of that just felt kind of like a tongue twister. Anyhow, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.